in the meantime, Jay Jetli, you were making this point about the irrelevance of caste, which I'm not sure I fully agree with you, because the Prime Minister may say what he does, but the BJP social engineering is very on target. That's the first point. The second point, Mr. Gandhi's comment was as much about media and the state of media as it was about caste. What did you feel when you heard that clip, Jay Jetli? Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Ma'am, you need to unmute yourself. You've muted yourself. Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying, but I was just thinking that at this point of time, the way he's presenting it is causing caste division and a kind of victimhood and entitlement at a time when you're just, people are wanting to get a better life. It isn't necessarily all about caste that they're not getting a better life. There are many historical and long-term reasons why. And I think suddenly hooking on to something where during Mandal, the Congress thought completely differently. They should have then voted with the BJP, who were wanting that Mandal to come and give the caste reservation. That time they voted against. Now suddenly you think that's a hook because at that time you thought that Nitish and all these people were with you. So that was one point. But the other thing is the aggression with that poor reporter. It would put off everybody in the media. Of course, everybody knows that the maliks of the media are either big shots who want their own way or who protect their businesses or who are linked with some politician or the other. But this is historically so in probably every democracy in the world. And to shout at a reporter in that way as if he was an errant school child in a class and ask him to come, that poor fellow would have been terrified. And then, of course, the crowd got against that chap because the fellows thought they had to be very loyal to Rahul Gandhi and therefore beat this poor reporter up. Now, that kind of thing is extremely childish, it's extremely short-sighted, and it's irresponsible. And I don't think that somebody behaving like that can be positioning himself as a leader. You may have lots of crude people in various parties talking rubbish and punching people or slapping policemen and all these terrible things that happen, but not somebody who's trying to set a standard and lead.
Let me bring in Tehseen.
Not the first time did he ask about media ownership. He did it even in his first round with an NDTV reporter in Kerala, if I'm not mistaken. Why?
I just find it quite strange to make reporters your enemy. You want to take it up with the owners, right? You want to have a fight, go pick on someone your own size. That is the point that I think I would make. But Tehseen, we were joking that the power tripped was not a metaphor for the state of the Congress. Your power did trip, only literally. Just go ahead and then I'll take your comment and then give the last word to Dilip. Okay, please unmute Tehseen. Let me do it.
I'm unmuted. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, ironically, it happened at a time when you were saying about the power trip. But let me come to the issue. One, in politics. Now, practical politics, right? Your beat reporters who cover you become an extension of the political party in a way it is. It shouldn't be, but that's the way it is. And you know this, Barkha. Congress beat reporters and BJP beat reporters will fight with each other, giving perspectives, and that's how it is. These are your strongest allies. You don't make enemies out of your allies. Two, while I do think the importance of ownership in media, particularly opaque ownership, is extremely important in a democracy to be raised, I think it must be raised in a manner where we can have not just an open conversation as a society, we can have solutions to it. Most of these media owners today, who are media channel owners, I would say like all of them, got their licenses when the Congress was in government. All of them. Not one may have got it in the BJP. All of them got it when Congress was in government. Why are we making enemies of people we gave license to? I'm speaking we because I'm considering myself in that team and playing. These are the people we gave licenses to. So why are we now making enemies out of them? What has gone wrong? Why have we not reached out to them? Fourth, let's come to a larger issue that really bothers me about these political ramifications. Those around Mr. Gandhi who I refer to as left loonies or etc. whatever, the non-serious mass leaders who can't win Rajya Sabha elections also without help, they don't make enemies of the owners of the company. Please understand what I'm saying. I'm saying something very deep. They continue to maintain extremely cordial relationships with the owners of this company. So Mr. Gandhi becomes the bait, and that's not good. They don't spoil their personal equations, whoever these guys are. So Mr. Gandhi is fighting a battle without anyone for people who are advising him, and they're not really taking this battle forward with him. So it doesn't come across as there is seriousness. I think what Mr. Gandhi needs to do, again I say, calm down. If Mr. Gandhi is inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's greatest attribute was that Mahatma Gandhi never lost his cool. He never showed aggression. There were several examples where people were very unfair to Mahatma Gandhi. He never lost his cool on that. He would take that smilingly. The toothless wonder would take it smilingly. You take it, you accept that the media is unfair to you. That's a reality. And you move on. You make friends. Build bridges, don't burn. Politics is the art of building bridges, not the art of burning bridges. When you build bridges, when you reach out via the same beat reporter to the owner and say, listen, your channel has been a little unfair to me. May I give my perspective? The owner will reach out to you, but build bridges.
So let me take that to
It's
to
advice
Dilip
I'm
and-
giving them. I hope they don't. I hope they don't take me as an enemy. I'm saying this because I've seen some of them around him, and they are so. And I think there's a reason that I think this has turned out this way. Is I think they derived their power out of Mr. Gandhi, and the insecurity of somebody capable coming in, I think, is creating this.
But they're saying at the moment, Mr. Gandhi is responsible for his own language. Whether
Yeah,
Jairam
the
or
buck
Yogendra
stops.
Yadav,
Yeah,
the
the
buck
bu-
stops
the buck
with
stops.
the buck stops with him. Dilip, I'm going to give you the last word. You made the point that there is a genuine angst about opposition space. Both Jay Jetli and Sandeep Ghosh disagreed. They said that the yatra, the first leg of the yatra, was actually widely hailed as something that had helped Rahul Gandhi's image, right? And it went much better for him than this. Now, either it's the second trick, in economics, it's called the law of diminishing returns. You can't do you can't do the same thing and expect the same impact, or it's mistimed, or he's angry because it's after the defeat in the assembly elections, or it's deliberate. You made the point, no publicity is bad publicity. Last thoughts, Dilip Cherry.
I think that in PR, we always say, don't repeat the trick twice within at least the same, year. And the problem is that in this calendar year, you don't do this kind of thing again. Second, anger is not a comfortable emotion when you're dealing with the media. Anger is great when you're dealing with a generic public. That is when you want to display anger instead of directing it at somebody else. And third, the idea that he's learned to a large extent that frontal attacks on Prime Minister Modi are not working. He's avoiding that. But to get visibility and, shall I say, more traction for his mission, what he's doing seems to be working for the moment. I only hope he doesn't leave more people injured than attracted towards him as a result of what this yatra is doing. So the yatra is a necessary thing. It is something that he's managed to convince himself he's good at. Let him do that. But don't expect the same visibility because it just will not happen.